right? Everything you're looking for in exchange for one little job. Just one job, alright? I don't make this more difficult than it has to be. You agree eventually, so why fight it? I know a lot about you, top of your class, and one of the best detectives on the force. You wouldn't let something as pesky as moral candidate with good information, would you? I've heard about you two, Kasumi Mifune, or more accurately, I heard a lot about your father. Yes, you should. My father was a good man. It's not surprising you know more about him than me. That will change soon enough. I won't be a footnote in this story much longer. My father always undervalued the power of information. But I'd really get to know the people I associate with you, for instance. Everything you have done paints a picture of someone who's very determined and very desperate to find this girl, yours. Don't let other people tell you otherwise, detective. I think those traits are a wonderful combination. However, it also means you don't have a whole lot of bargaining power right now. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. You can go home and quietly overdose on whatever medication they have got you taking instead. Furthermore, I could just refuse your request altogether, but that would be so boring. We both need something, so let's help each other instead. Do the job I asked, and I'll tell you what I know about the little Higashi. As I was saying, like him, there's another business owner in Akihabara who's unfortunately behind on her payments as well. Such a shame too. I really want a straightforward relationship with this one. See? I help out with a few things, and in exchange, she kickbacks a little of her business. Sometimes we send over new contracts to renegotiate the terms of a mutually beneficial relationship. Sadly, she's neglected to sign the newest one. I'm a cop, not some Yakuza debt collector. Do it yourself. Suspended cop. You can't parade your badge around here as proof that you're some white knight anymore. Due to the recent transition of power, I can't do it myself just this minute. The docs at Tokyo Police Headquarters start pending whenever me or any of my men are seen outside of Kabukicho. I'm not asking you to clap someone's head in, I'm only asking you to give them a friendly reminder to keep up to date on their paperwork. Easy here, right? Yeah, take it. Do this for me and I'll feel a lot more comfortable giving out information about Omega. Also, I'll remind you with your impending review, it would be unseemly if it got out that you were meeting with Yakuza, wouldn't it? Blackmail, huh? That's such an ugly word. And then I thought we were becoming friends. No, just stating the facts of the situation is all. The business you're going to is a cat cafe in Akihabara. Kazu can give you the address on the way out. Wait, a cat cafe or what? A cat cafe? What else would it be? A cat cafe or a cat-made coffee? What? Are we talking cats, or people dressed like cats? Because a freaking cat cafe, actual cats, adorable, fluffy, precious cats. Why the hell would I invest in some stupid made coffee? Cats, normal cats. Damn it! Now I'll walk up. Look, get that goddamn contract signed, and we'll talk. Anyway, we have to get out of here. We have to return to Akihabara. There might be a way for me to do this. I don't want to force it on them. We can enter. I wonder if those young girls end up being okay. I feel like I got what I needed and left them to fend for themselves. If only I had more time. No point dwelling on. I need to go talk to Sachiko the cat girl. Welcome back. I think Tomo remembers you. You must be appreciative of all your help to make him feel better. Although I've had to stop the deliveries of sashimi. Even the smell seems to set up his barrels. Another quirk added to an already quirky character. Maybe it's a sign that you're alright about the fish. Yeah, listen, we need this help. Okay, sure. Why the serious face? What's wrong? you owe the Yakuza. I sound that's the owner of a cat cafe get mixed up with Yakuza. What do you mean? I met someone recently who gave me a contract with your name on it to sign. I read it and it seems like you owe them quite a bit of money. Wow. I've been around this kind of stuff for a long time and I can't figure out how a cat cafe owes that kind of money. Money? Yakuza, wait, you're working for her? Why? I'm not working for anyone. All I've got is this contract in your name and I want to know why. The truth is, this place isn't all above board. Oh, it is, but it wasn't always. I didn't borrow money or anything that's stupid. When I was setting up this place, I was just trying to stay above water. But the building owner kept coming back to complain, and then these government types and health inspectors came knocking. I never realized how complicated opening up a place like this in Tokyo could be. All those rules and regulations. All I ever wanted was to help out the kiddies and make people happy. Then she came by someone who loved cats as much as I did. She offered to help me smooth things over with everyone. I mean, I saw the tattoos and everything, but I don't think you should judge people because of how they look. I still don't. There was no way I was going to stay open and keep my kiddies if I didn't get help fast. So I accepted her offer. Things got better. Pretty quick after that, the building owner stopped complaining and all the permits fell into my lap. You think I was stupid, but most of the cats here would be straight dead if I didn't get her help. For a while, I thought I was safe, but I got an angel. After all, she loved the cats and was kind and friendly to me. It's been quiet too. The business term was the first incident I have had in months. About 2 months after accepting her help, when I was closing up the shop, someone showed up with a contract like the one you're holding. They said it was for service render, or something like that. It wasn't much at the time, so I signed. I owe her a lot after all, and I was doing pretty well. Only they kept coming back, and every time they came back, they had a new contract. Every contract wanted more and more money. It's gotten out of hand. I can't keep up anymore. Kasumi won't even see me anymore to talk about it. You didn't really think you would get a favor from the Yakuza for nothing, did you? I wasn't being greedy either. I thought she was trying to help. Helping the only way she knows how. Please, you have to help me. The amount of money they have asked for is out of hand. I'm doing well for now, but if they got their way, I'd be out of business. You have to tell Kasumi. Please, tell that if this place closes down all the cats, there will be no place for them to go. The poor kitties. They'll be put down. I can't support them myself. I don't think animal service would let me keep them. I couldn't live with myself if that happened. I'm begging you, Itō. Don't do this. Sign or don't sign? I think the answer is obvious. Damn it. It doesn't matter what I need from. I can't make you sign this in good conscience. Alright, I knew good would prevail in the end. Thanks. How did you get mixed up with that woman anyway? I need some information from her. You should be careful. I don't know about her, but her talks are dangerous. Last time they were here, I heard them talking about having to teach a girl from another cafe a lesson or something. Makes me feel sick thinking about it. What else would you expect from guys like that breaking legs? It's probably all they are capable of outside grunting and drinking. Call me naive, but I don't get someone who is so two-faced. When I started seeing her face in the papers later, I couldn't believe it. Sure, that ruthless woman they were talking about couldn't be the Kasumi and also I thought, guess it's a, like you said, a tiger can't change its stripes, right? Maybe so. At any rate, you should probably be more careful who you trust in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean to wrap you up in all of this, but thank you for not making me sign. So what's your plan? I'm not sure if I really have. Maybe I can appeal to her kind of self. If she really is a cat love, I'm sure she wouldn't want to see the little guys hurt, right? Oh no, I've really gone and got myself into trouble, haven't I? Maybe I should go instead. The contract was given to me, so I better deal with it myself. Plus, I get the impression that being confined by the cops hasn't put her in a great mood. I'm sure you don't agree, but I still think there's something good in her. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder if she would be doing all these things if she didn't grow up into that life. And all the kiddies love her when they play with her. Cats are such a good judge of character. I somehow don't think her treatment of animals correlates so much with her treatment of people. Yep. I'm suddenly starting to feel a little queasy thinking about going back there without the control. Damn it, Ayami, you've really gotten yourself into one this time, haven't you? No point dwelling on it now. I've made my mind up, and I can't run Yakuza debt collections just because I'm in a tight spot. Take care, don't worry, my kids are never wrong in judging someone's character. Yeah, sure, I'll think of something, but I need you to lay low. Maybe close up sharp for a while to sort something out. Are you really going to bring this thing back to her? You don't have anything with you. I don't think it's a good idea. Of course, we can try to enter this place here. Or maybe I can't. I simply can't enter. What? Oh man, everything is gone. And I can't do shit anymore. Wait, what are you doing? Go back. Honestly, later on, I don't want you to get hurt. Go home. The cat will keep on following me. I'm probably the only cop to enter Kasumi's private battle wasn't already in the pocket. Though with how things turned out, maybe that's not true either. Oh, do something else. What's this? Looks like I've been taking up the sidewalk, but since they're blocking the way, I maybe can't quite see what they're doing. Let's talk a little bit. Glenn, you need something. There's nothing to see here, so why don't you move on? Why should I? You said yourself, there's nothing to see after all. You know, if you're trying to keep someone from saying out your vision, I wouldn't leave it, nothing to see. See? She thinks so too. Every time you say nothing to see, you stop instead rational moving along. Nothing to see here, right? That's kind of making me want to look one. It's kind of sinister. Nothing to see here. That's what Cobb says. There's definitely without doubt some things worth seeing. Thanks a lot for that advice, boys. Last I checked, it was you who walked me, not the other way around. Right, no need to be so damn touchy. Also, you said unless you want every passerby in the couple feature something, you said that you could try zipping it. The zip. Is that how you talk to all your employers? You know, who I work for, right? They can hold it's a list of your words, so do as I say. These jobs are the worst. What exactly you guys do? All of a sudden I can't help but wonder what some students doing standing by the construction site. Have to agree with the little lady on that. Fast I can tell we're pulling up a strip of concrete for no damn reason at all. No reason. Fabric, this schedule, maintenance, requested by the building owner. No one complains of people falling or getting hurt because of the uneven pavement. So my employer generously offered more money to fix it. Maintenance, huh? It's a perfect time to get into start hacking into it. You seem awfully impatient once you pay it back. And it's got something to do with other things, head wrapped in clothes before. Shut up. I asked you to take 2 more hours out of this. 2 more? Oh, I get it. I think that was meant to be some sort of threat. Yes, exactly. I mean, what you said wasn't exactly threatening. Honestly, I felt better. It's trying to imply that it's going to make us cover us up. What kind of boring threat? Fine, bad joke. Maybe you two should remember you are being paid very generously to be here, so shut it. You miss it. Would you please kindly move along? As you can see, I'm busy enough with these two without any additional distractions. I can try entering the clock again, but I don't think it will work out. I'll come back and assume you took care of that little nuisance for me. I didn't have her sign it. I couldn't, in good conscience, risk someone's life like that. Let me explain something to you. If I give you something to do, you don't come back until it's done. What do you think? You're some sort of moral crusader helping out the little guys? What did she tell you anyway? That she was a small town girl who could get up with the big meetings in Tokyo? Put it that way, I guess I do sound like I'm asking a bit much. Did she tell you about all the cats that keep escaping? All the ones who wander into nearby business? How about the heaps of trash? They were piling up around the place. If it weren't for me getting people off her back and cleaning up the place, those cats would probably be dead right now. What have we here? Detective, it's a trust issue. You were too quick to take the other side because of who I am. Or at least who you think I am. Pity cousin. Yes, boss. Take Itō outside and shows her what happens when people disappoint me. Don't be too rough. I don't want to repeat of last time. Or leave her face alone. I would hate for someone to see a black eye and think she might be worthy of sympathy. Keep her jacket here. I like it. It's very cheap. Did you know my friend tell me when all the police raids are coming? It's pretty handy, really. As a matter of fact, there's one scheduled for tomorrow. I'll be gone, of course, but if they were to find this jacket, well, who knows what they would think. What a pity if someone recognized it. Kazu, escort her out. Good luck finding that stupid little girl. Hold on, Kazu Itō. Who is this? Yes, I guess it's a stowaway from the cat cafe. He is, huh? I see. I love him. Look at his squishy little face. I can't have a detective bitten around such a cute weirdo face. What's his name? Bitten? Oh, I think his name is Tomo. Tomo, that's not much of a name for a man, is it? I shall call you Mr. Marshmallow. About that blackmail and beating? No, that forget it. Really? Oh, good. Oh, Itō, lighten up. You're not a liability unless you start talking to your confronts. And you wouldn't do that, would you? No, they likely wouldn't believe me at this point in any way. My task is silent, so Jep, how can you stay mad when looking at these big eyes and those little feet? I look at you and I see a woman whose priorities are all wrong, Itō. You don't appreciate what you have, only what you're looking for. That is, until you find it. But then what? What's left? I said I was serious about one thing. If you talk to any cops about my visits or about my affections for cats or anything like that, Kazu might pay a visit to your apartment and pick up where he left off. But who wants to think about all the logistics of dismembering and disposing of a detective's body when you've got these letters rubbing against you? Sachiko was right. You do genuinely love cats, so why make a signed contract that would end with her having to put the cats down? Sachiko isn't as perfect and cute as she seems. She might love her cats, but she has strange ways of caring for them. She owes me a great debt, and it's my right to collect it. If her cafe shut down, I'll make sure those cats have a home, though I can't say it will be the same for the owner. This job is about tough decisions, not legal ones like you cops make. In my business, you have to sleep with the choice you make, not leave them at the door when you hand the case over to the courts. Mr. Marshmallow's like being picked up. Aww, it's pretty cute. I'm not sure if you meant it for this outcome, but I have to say that you have some guts coming back like you did. I thought you'd be another pushover cop to keep in my pocket. I underestimate you. And in doing so, I've given you information on one of my weaknesses. It's funny, really. I spent so much time making sure I'm not seen as a weak woman that all these men expect me to be, that I don't feel like myself sometimes. Something I'm sure you understand quite well. Tell you what, I'll let you have that one little weakness of mine. It's over fair. I know so many of yours after all. In a different life, maybe we could have become friends. Kazu, stand up for an ear. Consider yourself lucky. I'll let you keep your jackets tonight. Understood, boss. Alright, forget the cat cafe contract. I'll get one of my boys to deal with it later. What is it you wanted again? I want to speak to the Omega's company president, Higashi, about a girl signed to his agency. That's right. A missing agency president in one of his many projects. What a despicable little man. I'll tell you right now, I had no problem taking control of the business from him. I left him as president to keep a few of his clients happy, a decision I regret now. Where is he? Unfortunately, I'm just as in the dark about why he disappeared too as you, I'm afraid. A deal said deal though. While you were out, I got an address to one of his old hideouts, and the code to get in. I can't guarantee you'll find anything there, But I said I would tell you what I knew, and that's what I know. You haven't seen one of your stooge to check it out for you. You haven't seen, sorry. Stooge, I like you, but don't push it. As I said earlier, me and my men can't afford to be spotted right now. Especially in an area getting so much special attention. Special attention. Doesn't Kabukicho get enough attention on its own? Kabukicho is what it is, but this isn't in Kabukicho. This particular spot got its reputation and subsequently its extra police patrols a bit more recently. In fact, I hear there's still an ongoing investigation going on there. I heard you be intimately familiar with that area and the incident that happened there. My condolences on the loss of your partner, Detective Tanaka, by the way. All the papers are rushing to make you out to be incompetent or worse yet, some sort of psychotic killer. Maddening, isn't it? My friends in police headquarters says you two were close. That's no way to lose someone you love. I suppose not too much to ask what really happened. Was there really someone there that night? Thanks on the condolence, but what happened on that night isn't something I want to discuss right now. Suit yourself, let's change the subject to Higashi. It took a bit of digging to find that address. Seems he was keeping a second hideout in Shinjuku under a fake name. Now that we know where it is, he probably knows it too. I highly doubt he'll be stupid enough to stay holed up in it. But I also doubt he'll be smart enough to completely clear the place out before he left the town either. There's probably something there that would lead us right to him. Get what you want, and then let Kazun know where the slime is so we can straighten him out. He'll get those fantasies of running away out of his head. The code to the door is 11235. It's all you. Keep it locked on the street. You can't miss it. For what it's worth, I wish you good luck finding your little girl, but remember, you can't save them all. Ayami Itō. Oh, and Itō, thanks for bringing Miss Marshmallow to me. Being holed up in one place for the last few weeks can be a bit taxing. You know, I remember he loves fresh fish. Fresh fish. Sachiko certainly does have an eccentric taste. Kazu, go pick up some sashimi. Right away, boss. Oh god. You are such an asshole. Yep. Telling her to get sashimi. The only thing that will happen next is, you know what will happen next if you have listened to the stories. I'm not going to say anything anymore. Brrr. Okay. Is this a place? Oh, no, not it. We're looking for the place. Ah, there we go. This must be it. Here's the key part. What looks like Kasumi tip wasn't a lie. Well, we don't even have to remember, eh? What a stench. I know that smell. Anyone who has worked homicide long enough knows it. Uh-oh. Sanity. Okay, let me check on my stats first. Sanity stable, professional, meticulous, relax. I've gotta say, you are quite rude. What's this? It kind of seems like the side of the lock has been fired off. The paint isn't catching on anything. This isn't going to work. The locks have been tampered to make them useless. What's being hidden in these rooms? The word Ruby is written in blood on the wall. This is the source of the smell, right? The body's in very bad shape. Whoever did it took enough time to mutilate the corpse. The internal organs have been disturbed and been removed. What's this? There's a paper bag with the name Higashi written on it. Did Rainer do this? Nothing has changed, just a door. Nothing to see. Where's that noise coming from? Oh. It sounds like someone's trying to escape from the inside. The rattling stopped. Why? This could be very bad for us. This TV doesn't look like it has been used in years, and it's covered by a thick layer of dust. I doubt it even works anymore. Ooh. Shots of various girls, all of them taken in this room. They don't look like the professional headshots an agency would take. They all look so sad and young. I've got a pretty good idea what this picture were used for, and the types of people might have been sent to. Raina! So it's true that you're kept in a place like this. What happened to you? Oh, something's happening. You are back early. Yeah, I don't feel well. I was gonna go to bed early tonight. Ruby, don't ignore me. Lately, it's been the same excuse over and over. I don't know what you're talking about. Ruby must be little Ruby. If you make a sad one song was a hit, you can just stop working. That money's all on, sweetheart. We spend it all trying to get you a record deal. Don't you think it's unfair to eat my food and stay here for free without doing any work? Hey, stop crying. Stop crying, I'm talking to you. Please, I didn't mean that I'd do another song. I'll make it up to you, I promise. I just don't want. That's exactly why I'm setting up all these meetings for you. You make the right impression with these guys, and they will take you places. Oh god. Speaking of which, I got a call a little while ago from Masa. You know what he told me? He told me you were being a little disagreeable with him last night at his place. You know he's one of our best clients, don't you? The things he can do for you girls, well, I shouldn't even need to tell you. I sent you to him because he said there was something special about you. In fact, he said out of all the girls he particularly wanted me to you. I did you a big favor by making that happen. And you compensate my generosity by sitting in a room, trying telling me you don't feel well or whatever excuse you come up with next. I couldn't, he tried to. I don't care what he tried to do. You should have let him. When I took you in, you were a vulnerable, tiny girl who was already failing in school. But I saw your potential. I could already tell how pretty you'd be when you were older. That's all those men care about, how I look. So what? You think I took you in because of how smart you were? You're an idol, you're supposed to be looked at. Most men will fall over themselves to meet a pretty girl like you, but you ruin it for everyone when you sit there crying. What are you doing? I'm sick of looking like an idiot, Ruby. You made me do this. Look away. Can we get out there now? Oh, there's the noise stopped. We need to enter. Some bad shit's happened here. And it's her in here. Listen. Damn it, Ruby. I can't stand to see you. You're not gonna feel better staying cooped up in here. Listen, I got you that photo shoot lined up tomorrow. The one with Masa. Are you even listening? Don't make me go back. I don't want to go out. Let me stay here. What's wrong with you? Please, don't make me. I'm afraid to go. Fast, I can tell you. All you're afraid of is success. I've fallen over myself to make you a star, but you will never get anywhere. You lock yourself away. What? You're not going to say anything? You can't treat me this way. I gave you your name, your music, and damn near everything else. Oh, but you think you're special, right? Let me break it to you, honey. You're not. There's loads of other girls in this business just like you, and they do what they have to without complaining about. They understand how important it is to keep clients happy. And I'm sorry it's not all butterflies and flowers, but you're not some naive little girl anymore. You are a woman now. Hey, to Ruby, I'm trying to give you some advice here, and you're not even listening. Raina, my name is Raina. What did you just say? Raina, who's that? Oh yeah, that was the name of some pathetic little foster girl I picked up. You wanna go back to being her? Just say the word, and I'll throw you out there myself. Everything you've got is so bad now. Let's count the seconds between you hitting those streets and being back in foster care or dead in some gutter. Not so talkative now, are we, Raina? Or is it Ruby? The girl who was successful, the girl who could make it if she would just do what she was told. Sorry, I'm sorry. I lost my temper. Gotta see things my way. You were special, you know that? I saw so much potential in you. Such a beautiful young girl. I wanted to raise you and show you what life could be. Then you reject me and everything I can offer you. It's a damn shame. You're still pretty, Ruby, so pretty, but not when you mope around. Look, I get it, you're a teenager. And you wanna cry it out, right? Fine, but when you're done with that, you're going back out there. You think I want to send you all these little meetings with Masa and guys like him? I'd rather you were successful so we don't have to do that. I am on your side. If you work harder, you wouldn't have to do things like that. Stop crying. You're not a child anymore. I just want to go home. Home. Haha, what do you think you are? You are home. This is as good as it's going to get for a girl like you. Tomorrow, you're going to go with Masa and do whatever it is he tells you to do. You'll stop this crying and you'll start making some money. Maybe it was a mistake to think you would end up being special. Turns out it's just another disappointment, another haul. There's something here. There's something laying on the mattress. There's a newspaper article dated October 24, 2004. The article's titled "One Hit Wonder Ruby Commits Suicide." That can't be. That was over 10 years ago. Her real name was withheld from the press, but her picture is there. According to the article, Higashi went to her room and found it locked and called to her. She didn't answer. I thought she must have been tired. She had been working hard on a new song. He only forced the door when he noticed the smell when he found her hanging from the rafters. She had hung herself almost 2 days before. Probably in this room, there's more. Though Mr. and Mrs. Higashi had adopted her years before, Ruby was not made to work and love being an idol more than anything in the world. Her song "Look For Me" will go on sale again this month. We're also going to various suicide prevention charities. I've read enough. The sadness that's in this room is the same awful feeling I felt in the sewers. Is it Rainers? Is this what I was supposed to see? And then we have this motherfucker here. You feel sick, that monster. How many girls did Higashi pass around and abuse before she murdered him? And when she looked the same as she does now, 16 years old, a child. Higashi had her locked up and she tried to take back control the only way she thought she could only she came back. And out of all that pain and suffering came back with her. When I was in that room, I could feel it like it was my own. And it's not the first time I have felt it. The dark was deep in it. As soon as I realized it was like the air changed, I can sense a pulse now. Like a heartbeat following me, but it's not enough. The mask could help me find the door. And I can feel the dark, but the path still isn't open to me. What am I missing? My gut tells me that it has to do with the command card. And the only one alive who knows about it is Kawana woman. She has to tell me what happened. I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchildren into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have questions about the command guy, the group your daughter and son-in-law were part of. You are the only one alive who would remember command. I don't know anything about it. Leave me. Grandma, enough. Listen to yourself. Do you even realize you're lying anymore? Takashi told us everything. And you either, just because this investigation is important to you doesn't give you the right to barge in here. My. Now, Grandma and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in. It's as much mine as it is Grandma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of us. In front of me. Only a little while ago, I found out my parents died in some cult and no one even knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to help you, Itō, but all the deceit and lies are starting to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell that to the poor man in the station. He's in the hospital and now terrified of his weight. People aren't Only here to be used only for information, then thrown away. Why you move on? They have lives too. And bringing up the past can hurt. Surely you of all people understand that. I do, but ignoring the past won't make it go away. And there's unfinished business from the Kamenkai that needs to be taken care of. But what's left to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? I promise to talk to you about all this later. For now, let me and the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking us dinner, weren't you? Alright, we'll talk about it later, but I'll be in the other room if you need me. So, you have found me out. Now that mine knows, I suppose there's no point keeping it secret any longer. The truth is my daughter never would have joined the Kamenkai it won from me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a member. By the time I joined, my husband had left me, and I had lost my child. Suddenly left me single, unemployed mother who could barely support her daughter. That's when Tokimasa finally told me that the society that stigmatized and shunned me was a fiction, a great machine to be fought, and that my very soul was at stake. Of course, he used me as he did everyone else. I desperately wanted to hear that my struggles weren't my fault. They stole everything from me, my youth, my mind, then my child. And then one day in 1996, they all died. The cause of death was buried, and no autopsies were performed, or if they were hidden. Why? That's simple. The government didn't care about the dead cultists in the woods and carve it up so the papers wouldn't sensationalize their deaths. That's it. After everything I found, you expect me to believe that? 12 people died that day, no one knows why. What happened? Tell me the truth. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. They died for nothing, following in the footsteps of a madman who believed that life was an illusion. As words of their other compounds in other groups being read as spread, Tokimasa began warning us that the end was near. I think that guy is probably another victim. Someone else convincing to start a cult or something, I guess. And the guy did just that. He was probably sick of living, being used, being manipulated. Others believed the world was collapsing and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the flesh and find purity among the gods. My Emiko. She didn't die for some conspiracy. She chose death because she no longer had an anchor to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to them. No, you do know something. In the report, it says after the officer cleared the bodies, they found the mask. The same one you handed to me 6 months ago. That's... Tokimasa would always give it to himself, saying it granted him sight into the realm of the kami. I needed it. You don't understand, it allowed me to see strange things in people who were gone. The good was a full of fake, but the mask was real. There was a rumor about that the Kami members were killed by one of their own. Surely you didn't. No, you don't understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask. It was given to me. One day, a man, some journalists showed up at my door carrying the mask. I couldn't believe it. Begging for it, and he stood there smiling at me. His eyes were like none I had ever seen. That guy is probably the collector. It was strange. All you wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Emiko. When I joined the cult, I was forced to give up my possessions and I only had one left. But I gave it to him nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask, then I could find her, that maybe she would forgive me. As soon as I had it in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear her voice. So you went into the sewers chasing after her, thinking you could save her. Takashi told you about that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Emiko was crying out to me, begging me to find her, free her from a dark place. I would have given anything to hold in my arms again and plead her forgiveness. I don't care if you don't believe me. Just like Tanaka was calling out to me. I don't believe you, but probably some of the few people left alive who know what this mask is capable of. If you really thought it would help you find her, then why did you give it to me? Because I was wrong. At first I only followed whispers, then I found myself in a strange labyrinth, chasing after her shape. The days bled together. I lost track of my grandchildren at the shrine. It was an illusion. No matter how hard I tried, I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, just as Tokimasa had used me so many years before. I tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it. None of it mattered. It always came back. And when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind and tried as best as I could to live a life of solitude and ignore the screams of my daughter. Then you came, and when you did, the mass was screaming in a voice I had never heard before. I thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. I didn't even have time to breathe out a sigh before I heard a gunshot ring out. No one else ran to it. I think I was the only one who knew that sound or what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking my away from me. Instead, it had passed tragedy to another. I'm sorry, perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us. There's one other person who knows about the mask. A girl named Raina. Does that name mean anything to you? No, I don't know anybody by that name. Do you expect me to know everyone who has been touched by the mask? No, but you were involved with a group or ship it. Are you sure you're telling me everything? Yes. What good will accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too. That must be it. Might tell me you lost someone, your partner in the police. Is that right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop the search. The place I was shown by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop while your mind and body remain intact. What if I told you there was another option? What other option? In the months since I first met you, I have had time to examine the ancient texts in the shrine, and as the mask grew further away, it loosened its grip on my mind. I knew that, and it would someday make its way back to me, and so I became determined to find a way to protect myself and my grandchildren from its influence. The darkness of the mankind its ritual objects are but manipulations used to sever our connection with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark force can invade all manner of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. It must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grip. Destroy the mask. I thought you just said it couldn't be done. Not physically. Grandma, is everything alright? I overheard you talking about that mask again. Yes, dear, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good you're here, as this task involves you. Ma, you have trained in exorcism and purification rituals for quite some time, haven't you? Such a ritual could purify the mask and turn it into a mere piece of wood, given we got the right materials, of course. I can tell from the look in your eyes that you think me to be senile, but I'm quite serious. Even modern rituals have ancient roots, and with enough conviction, they're still capable of great power. Before I was content to die as long as the master didn't hurt my children. I was too feeble to do what was necessary myself. But now seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what is right. If you truly do know what the mask is, then you must help me destroy it. Slow down, I didn't come here to be involved in a ritual or exorcism or whatever you call it. I only want the truth about the mankind, which you still haven't given me. You are a stubborn one, aren't you? So be it. I can see there's only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would be at the mankind compound itself. The records of its location are lost and they were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? Go there, search for your truth. See what worshipping the mask has brought. When you return, you'll help me destroy it. What makes you so confident I changed my mind? I went back once, years ago. In all honesty, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to remind myself of all my sins. What I saw and felt in that place, it was tainted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mask will afford you. There's something else. I had a feeling you'd say that. The heavy, unnatural air I felt when I returned to the compound. It had the same stench, the same quality of the tunnels where I searched for Amigo. Sounds like a superstition to me. So, what exactly is it you want in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mask and that place are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything. It may help in the ritual. Looking for the truth will not bring you peace, detective. Purifying the mass very well might. Well, I am all up for it then. I've played so many games about purifying the spirits, so I think I'm going with this option. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Aokigahara. Hey, that's the Suicide Forest. Suicide Forest, what a graphic name. Though I suppose that those woods have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. You can't just go charging there. It's dangerous. What if you got lost? GPS doesn't work and then I heard even compass went point not. Not only that, but well, a lot of people go there to die. I don't think you should go. You have to keep talking about that mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you're feeling isn't caused by a mask. It's just you. So many nights after the girl died in the shrine, I had nightmares. Every corner I went around, I thought I'd see her there. It wasn't a ritual or a charm that made me better though. I just stopped listening to the fear. I confronted. When you took me to see Takashi, that was the first time I had left Kamakura since April. It's embarrassing to admit it, but I was scared. And yeah, Takashi telling me all that stuff about mom and dad was scary, but it was the truth. I wasn't hiding from some demon I would invent it myself. I had it invent myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I don't think you should put yourself in danger just so you can keep chasing your demons. Maybe you're right, but some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Kamenka compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but Aokigahara is huge. How are you going to find one compound? Mike makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you can remember where it is? Of course I do. I know. You two must think of me, but I'm not senile. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Narusawa. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies. Several miles away from the bus stop, there's a clearing and a path that used time to time by the Forest Service. I draw you a map before you leave. It continues for quite some time and eventually it will be blocked up. Keep going forward and don't turn back or leave the path. The forest can play tricks on you. Supposing the path is still there. It seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all these years. It still stands. After all, why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go search for whatever truth you think you'll find, but be careful, detective. Do what must be done, then leave. Staying there is dangerous. I hope that once you enter that place and feel the energy I did, you will have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? The mask must be a purifier. I understand. Good. I'll begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. Mai, see her out. She has never said anything like that to me. You must have really scared her. Listen, I helped you with this ritual because I think it will help Grandma get better. But don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes, I'm probably just a kid, but I don't know how much it hurts to want the truth. Takashi obsessed over the past, and I was miserable not knowing. Grandma almost went insane on top of that. Grandma said it herself. You're still young. You should forget all about this and start over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you two talk about masks and spirits, well, you sounded like that girl at the shrine. It scares me, and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, Itō. Yep. She might already be inside of Itō right now. Her spirit, I mean. Aokigahara. The Suicide Forest. God. Finally, this must be the path the old Kawana woman was talking about. If her story was true, all I need to do is for it to find the Kamenkai-O compound. Let's hope it's that simple. No time to sit here and think it through. I need to get out of these woods before nightfall. She said about keep on going straight. Maybe I should do just that. She also said about the horse might be playing tricks with me. What the hell is this? Three statues covered in moss and undergrowth. It looks like one is missing. A depiction of old Ciso Sama. It said that praying to these statues can help guide the souls of children who died young. They look so old and forgotten. It's kind of sad to see them abandoned like this. How could these statues help anyone out in such a dark place? Raina, what's she doing here? Where am I? No, anywhere but here. I don't want to remember this. Why now? Itō, why did you come here? You've left me to die here again, have you? What's your fault that this happened to me? You're so selfish. You never care about what happens to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way, just collateral damage. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to hurt the girl. To hurt the old woman, to see everyone who gets in your way suffer. No, that's not true. I would have done anything to change what happened to you. Make it go away. I can't bear to look anymore. Stop, make it stop. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that pain. Let's forget together. I am a child. An old Chicho Sama statue. I feel a familiar presence as I pick it up. Jeez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you'd never wake up. Where?
夢でも見てるの?
Kazuki, thank goodness you're okay. I think I'll find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone anywhere. I saw you on the ground. Reina, she slit your throat. That must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can't fix. Speaking of, I fixed a coffee machine so you can officially file that case as closed. Are you okay? You look a little out of it. Take your time getting ready. I'll be in the other room. Yeah, thanks, Kazuki. What is this? I was looking for something, wasn't I? Why can't I remember? My heart's beating a mile a minute. I can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. This is real, right? I want it to be real. Oh shit! We're done. We're doomed. Go to the living room. Welcome back to the room, sleepyhead. Now you're not rest. You didn't forget about our picnic, did you? Picnic? We're gonna have a picnic in the park and see the cherry blossom. Remember? I remember. I know it's not exactly traditional, but I figured we could grab a pizza on the way over too. It's an important time of the year after all. Did you forget that too? Don't you remember when the cherry blossom fell and you saved those two girls at the shrine? You're a hero. Saved? No, I'm not a hero. She died. I killed her. She's always trying to stop us from. Stop me from. Kazuki, something doesn't feel right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Of course it ain't. We're together. Let's find out we've got Lady Flop. Yeah, isn't this what you wanted? When your parents gone, let it flop now, the only family you've got left, this is where you belong. And we love you, Ayumi-chan. That's why you come with us. Come on, we've got to get going. Go, where are you taking me? Somewhere safe. Safe, why? Where was I going? Where's the path? The path isn't for you. It leads to suffering, so let's live the path and be happy forever. Can't do anything. I can't do anything else. Go to picnic? No. Go to picnic means that I'm going to get killed here. But I don't have any other options. Isn't this nice? We're all here like one big happy family. We don't need anyone else. Blah blah blah. It's better this way. Stay here. Stay here where it's safe. Stay here and rot. Yeah. Kazuki, what's the matter with you? Nothing is the matter. We're exactly where we need to be. This is all so wonderful. I've taken you somewhere safe just like I promised. Far away from a place you didn't belong. You stay here so you can't hurt anyone else anymore. Free from all those pesky, painful memories, so let's forget together. Lie down where it's comfortable and stay there forever and ever. No. Ignoring the pain won't make it go away. Kazuki wouldn't want me to forget. He would tell me to keep going. I know this place. I've been here before. It's branching the same suffering as before. Brenna, why did you take me here? Why won't you leave me alone? Why don't you want to hurt me so badly? Why did you come here? Don't make me remember. Well, stopping is everywhere. I don't think do anything. Stop! Just stop it. I have never felt Reina's presence so strongly before. If I don't come to my senses, I might have. Why now? What's in this person that she doesn't want me to see? You still have to keep on going. Ah, there we go. Now we can place it here. The edge completely changed when I placed it steady with the others. The first lesson seems so dark and I can see it clearing up ahead. Is it over? When the edge is still here somewhere. It was supposed to happen like that. This must be it, the Kamenkai compound. I finally made it. Looking at it now, I can't help but feel underwhelmed. For all the secrecy, classified documents, and foreboding stories, always is drop great instructors in a forest clearing. But it's eerie. Over a decade ago, 12 people died here, and this compound was left standing as a grim reminder. It gives me the creeps. I should find what I came here for and get back before sundown. Why was Reina trying so hard to prevent me from fighting? We have to enter the compound to figure it out. I can't let my daughter be in the ritual. That's not for you to decide. You know her importance. What the guru says she can show us. But she's my daughter. Tsukimasa hasn't told us what it's going to do to her. She's our daughter, Hisako. What if it doesn't work like he says? She's so young. You doubt him now just because she's so young. She was chosen. Her mind is not stained by regret, sadness, or corruption. She is perfect. I know that. Just when wise hesitate, the group tells us we're approaching the moment that will bring us true peace. The culmination of everything we have worked for. Someone who tries the focal point. He says she will be granted a sight even more profound than his own. She can lead us. I only want to make sure she's okay. He promised me she'll be safe, but now I'm not so sure. The group will make sure she is taken care of. She will want for nothing and be blessed with new sight. It's the only way the world is on the brink of ruin. There's no time left for my own children. Well, Emiko, don't worry, they'll be safe. No, my own mother betrayed me. She dropped my children away to die in the field. I'm sorry, I must be strong. Soon we'll have no more words and ascend from our flesh. You know, don't you? I saw you outside when he talks. Yes, all the things I studied, they were only ever used by corrupt people to control one another, to hurt one another. Soon we'll be free from all that, we'll escape suffering if this one be reborn. And it will be Reina who show us the way. She will be the bridge. You're right, I always knew she was special, even when she was growing inside me. I could feel it. Promise me again. Promise me she will be taken care of. Yeah. Reina was born in here. God. What's wrong, Emiko? Oh, Reina, what are you doing? You scared me. I'm sorry. It's alright, you didn't mean it, did you? No. Then there's nothing to worry about. Do you want something? Why isn't Takashi or the baby here with you? He and his sisters were not meant for the path of purity. Not like you. Oh my god, you were left behind. It's the night before the ritual. I must unburden myself with parts of them. What's unburden mean? Unburden, Reina. It means I have to forget them. Yes, forget the children, Emiko. We're coming to attach our offspring. It's part of mankind's great machine. It is a lie. This was test. They did not pass humans. We're so close to our goal. Yes, of course. I will not shackle myself to meaningless connections. Reina, don't worry. Tomorrow's a great ritual. Tokimasa has envisions. And you are the guest of honor. Everything will be alright. Really? Yes, of course. Now run along. Now I know what happened. Reina was left to witness the mass suicide of all these people. And to think that she would not go crazy at such a young age is impossible. Look up. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Nothing. It's nothing. The ritual soon. It will be a time of great change. Go away. Why? Tomorrow you will guide us, but look at you, so young. You must be resilient. Fear is a pure emotion. All forms of life feel fear. To fear is not weakness, but a test. You are testing me. The guru is wise. Are you okay? You're looking at me funny again. It's nothing. What do you want? Do you know where Takashi is? Wait, they're weak. Don't think of them. Don't cloud your thoughts. You must remain as you are. Needn't worry. Tokimasa will guide us. Just wait. Hey, can I have a little of that? The great Tokimasa instructs not to give you any food at the feast. Oh shit! So the food is poison. Fuck. Fuck. Wow. Oh, don't you see you're pure? The feast, the indulgence is there to test us. To show us that we are corrupted with the stains of impurity upon us. It is a reminder of how the great machine of man keeps our souls shackles and chained. Those who are cleansed must not turn away from the righteous path. Right, but you're very lucky. You're so lucky to be in Tokimasa's favor. He chose you. He chose you to be the bearer of the mass, to see the great door to the pure realm. Those other children who were taken that too was a test to find the most pure among them. You understand, don't you? I don't know. Oh, you're supposed not. You are but a child. Tokimasa says that you children are much wiser than us, that your understanding of the world is untamed. Where's Mommy? Mommy? Ah, yes, I imagine she's with the guru. She's in need of the guru's love. Yes, her mind has gone astray in such a key moment. The guru will show her the way, don't you worry. Mother, father, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. We are your family. You should go back to your bed. I don't know why the guru let someone so important wander freely. What if something would happen to one of the others? What others? Do not fear, child. The great Tokimasa prophecy will come to pass, and there will be no fear very soon. You should go to sleep, child. And remember, do not eat this meal. It's food for us, the pitiful. Oh, Reina, maybe you shouldn't eat it. Huh? Why not? The feast isn't for you, it's for us, the impure who must prepare ourselves. Tokimasa says that impure must purify themselves by feasting and expulsing the darkness from their bodies. If I can remain uncorrupted, even someone useless like me will be able to ascend to a higher plane. I don't think you're worthless. Everyone keeps telling me I'm so special, but no one visits me anymore. And where's everyone else? Are they hiding from me now too? The others are with the group, preparing themselves for tomorrow. Don't worry, Rainer. Everything will be clear tomorrow. There's nothing to fear. Yes, of course, nothing to fear. Of course. And then you people decide to have that massive sight together in front of such a young girl. Have I entered this place? Mommy! Rainer! Where were you? I miss you. Keep your voice down, sweetheart. I can't stay long. Why not? Why don't you stay with me anymore? Well, that's complicated. The good thing is best if we are apart for a while. He has big plans for us and for you especially. Who cares about all that? Honey, it's not that simple. Why not? Why won't they let us be together? Because you're so pure and perfect. I know you love me, but I'm no good. I must stay with you. He says I'll corrupt you. But I'm so weak. I wanted to see you. It's a little secret, okay? Okay, maybe. Is it my fault you can't stay with me anymore? Oh, Ren, no, of course not. It's me. You're going to be a big, important person someday. I can't hold you back. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but someday you won't understand. Tokyo Master has big plans for you. He told me so himself. He said you are the key to everything because you're so pure. Remember why we left the city? Because everyone's so mean and out for themselves. They're all stained by corruption, but not us. Not you, anyway. I thought you said we were going home. We can't. Tokimasa says the great machine is done for. That all those corrupt people will kill each other in wars and die and will be left. But you'll be there to guide them soon. You have been chosen by Tokimasa. Die? I don't want anybody to die. Yes, me neither, sweetie. But like I said, Tokimasa has figured out a new ritual and you'll be able to help everyone. I don't understand why you're saying all these weird things. Now, Ren, it's not easy for me either, but it's not about what we want all the time. If you do this, it'll help me. You want to help mommy, don't you? Yeah, I guess. Exactly. So let's smile, okay? Hey, guess what? What? Before the ritual, there's gonna be a big celebration just for you. It'll be a big feast. What does that mean? It's a big meal where everyone gets to eat all the food they want. It's like a party, doesn't that sound fun? I guess so. Then I can come see you again. Do you promise? Yeah, afterwards, we'll go out together to the ritual. All together? I thought you said it was just me. Like I said, sweetheart, you have been chosen. Tokimasa says, you gain the sight to guide us to salvation. Okay. Hey, don't look so sad. You get me crying if you do, and you don't want to see mommy cry, do you? No. Good, Raina. I need you to listen to me now. Yeah, I want you to have this mommy's emerald, the one I have kept since I was little. I want you to have it for the ritual. When it starts, I want you to hold it and keep your eyes shut tight, okay? If you get scared, just grab it tight and think of me, okay? But that amulet is yours. Don't you need it? What if something bad happens to you? It's more important you have it now. Promise me you will do what I ask. I promise. Let's make a pinky promise. Okay. And you know what happens when you break a pinky promise, right? Yeah, you said my pinky will fall out. Exactly. And we wouldn't want that now, would it? After tomorrow things might be different. Maybe even a little scary, but it's not all bad. The most important thing is that Toki must tell us that we'll be together. I love you, Raina. I love you too, mommy. I think we should be able to keep on moving now. There shouldn't be anything stopping us. Right? So why can't I move forward? Now we have to go out to see the rituals. It must be it. What's this? It looks like a simple wooden amulet. How did I not notice it before? Just wait. What is this? I feel strange, like I'm back there again. She had the amulet with her. She was wearing the mask. And in that moment, she cannot take it anymore. This somehow reminds me of Monster, you know? Where am I? The forest path? I saw things and start running. When I found the amulet, it cut away the fogs that had been surrounding me and showed me the truth. The mask, the Kamenkai, Reina was there the whole time. They all killed themselves and made her wear the mask. That day was when it started, when Reina became the mask bearer, when her suffering truly began. The powers of the dark has changed again, and the fuzzy image I had before has snapped into focus. Everything I need to put an end to this is in my hands. You need to end this. How long has it been, I wonder? A man in a silver, a girl with red hair, and a detective chasing them both? No, I'm no detective anymore, only a puppet stupidly dancing on the strings. That doesn't sound like me, I'm so stretched out. It feels like the slightest breeze could topple me. Each time I get close to the truth, something drags me away. Or maybe all those horrible things haven't happened yet, and I'm just riding the train home where Kazuki will be waiting for me. In another life, maybe there's an Ayami that's happy. Instead, I'm stuck in with the one I've got, and I don't know how much more I can take. Did I really see all those things in the forest? Was that real? Has any of it been? I don't know anymore. Every time I get a handle on the rules, something comes along and breaks them. But there were things I saw, things I couldn't have known about Tokimasa's Kamenkai on my own. With me there's a little wooden mask that so many died for, and now I'm planning to use it myself. It doesn't feel right. It was her pain that I felt again in the compound. Even now, the dark doesn't seem so unfamiliar. I can feel it calling to me. That must have been the moment that changed everything, the focal point to all her misery. The dark is deep in that same torment, the suffering of a scared little girl. I wonder if it's the real Reina I have seen, or is it that girl long dead? Either way, what I've left of her is in the dark with Kazuki. My only chance to see Kazuki again is go into those filthy tunnels and find the door. Only then do I have any hope of using it to change his fate. But I'll be walking into a trade where the other side has a hand behind the back. I'll be forced to accept the cost without questions. Kazuki Tanaka, the man I've suffered so much for, has been silent. To find him in the door, I would have to use the mask. I've seen what Reina has become as a result of the mask. Would that happen to me? Now that I know the word, is that what I really want? The horrible object was made out of suffering. Two different groups, fed it with the debt of innocence. Why play its game? The entirety of the new Kamenkai died for it. It drove me and the man I love to the darkest depths we have ever known. Why shouldn't I destroy it? I know why. Because I would be destroying Kazuki and Reina alone. I've done everything I can to prepare myself, but there's no more time to think. It's time to put an end to all this, one way or another. Shinjuku and Kamakura, the two places where my path started, are also where it has to end. This is it. I need to choose: follow the path further into the darkness, or return to the light. That awful alley in Shinjuku is where the nightmare began and holds the entrance to the dark. My only chance to find Kazuki is to return there with a mask and find the door. Maybe it's a chance to put an end to all this. And you know what it means. I'm not going there. Fuck you. You guys can search for this game endings yourselves. I'll try to choose to follow the light. It feels strange to be back on these streets, knowing everything I do now. Ancient calls, a troubled family, and a girl named Reina, all united by the history of death and suffering caused by a simple object. All that meaningless death of innocent people, and for what? To protect mankind? To make us better? Don't make me laugh. No more. I've gone down this rabbit hole far enough. I refuse to be a slave to the mass any longer. I destroy it, turn it back to ashes, and do the world a favor. My final defiant act, as reality breaks apart at the seams. The Kawanas are waiting at the shrine. They know as well as I do the torment the mask brings with it. Let's hope the old woman can do what she says she can. Yeah, no more fucking around. Let's just get to the shrine. Blah 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 blah. No, fuck you. You're not going to stop me. You're trying to stop me from running to the shrine. But I keep on running. Again, I will let you control me. Why now? Is it trying to stop me? This mask born out of dead and suffering shouldn't be in this world. Maybe those people were trying to restore things. Why am I thinking about that? I have to keep moving. What is this feeling? Fear? I'm afraid to go forward. I have to go back. I can't move dead. Anything about this place feels like dead. What if I'm wrong? Kazuki Rena, they could still be down there. That's what it wants. That's why I need to destroy it. But oh god, what will happen? Why is it pleading with me? All those lives trapped within the mask want to be free, don't it? Then why? I could still turn back now. It's my last chance. I'm so confused. What do? I do this? Fuck you. You fucking manipulative son of a bitch. Fuck you, mask. You piece of shit. Enter the shrine. Fuck you. Fuck off. I played this game once. And that's about it. Ah, Itō. So you came after all. Yes, of course she did. She knew it was the right thing to do. You brought something, didn't you? From the compound? I did. I found an old wooden amulet. You were right. The darkness I felt there was the same. Seriously? Wait, this is actually real. When I was there, I saw visions from the past of people who are gone now. I know about the ritual Tokimasa tricked them into the performing. How could you have let it happen? She was just a girl. There's no answer I can give that will satisfy you. No answers. Is that the best you can do? That's why you fled, isn't it? You knew all about his ritual and what would happen to everyone who was left behind. Yet you took mine to Takashi and ran and did nothing to stop it. Stop it. What would have changed? Emiko knew what staying meant for her children, as well as I did. She was willing to die, however Tokimasa told her to. I couldn't persuade my own daughter to save herself. You think I didn't try? The police never would have believed an old woman talking about ancient rituals. I had no choice. They were monsters. They weren't monsters. They were lost, looking for answers in a world that had none for them. Much like you, like us. In my years with the mask, I could hear them sometimes in the darkness along with voice I did not recognize. I always thought that they were vengeful, restless, punishing me for my sins. Once we purify the mask, perhaps they will forgive us. Did you find the girl who was chasing you, this Rena? Did you ask her forgiveness? Forgiveness? I'm not sure if that's possible anymore. After everything that girl went through, all her self-hatred and her sorrow are a part of the mask now. I felt it all at the shrine the day I shot her. Do you think that this will put a stop to all of this? The whispers, Rena, and all of the strange things we have seen? Atonement is a journey, one that expands past our time on this earth. It will at least allow us to take the first step to righting our own sins. Our sins, huh? Hold on. I've only ever done good luck rituals and harmless little blessings. This is different. Grandma, this is real. I don't know if I can do this. Ma, calm yourself. A ritual has meaning in its very act. It is the gods' way of preparing us for the true test. You are a pure child, and combined with your will, the ritual will gain power. It will, well, it must. Why me? Because you're not corrupted by it. Only you can. You can bring your mother peace. Please, man, you have to try. I know you think it's crazy, but this mask has caused a lot of people to suffer. It doesn't matter if you believe us. Just do it knowing that it will help me and your grandma move on. You haven't seen what we have seen, so I don't blame you for being skeptical. But you can believe in helping us, right? I just want this all to end. Me too. Every day has been hard to keep things straight. And I think this mask is partly to blame. It's silly. I'm not religious, never have been. But I want this all to stop, to be normal again. I want to believe that this will work, and in you. So please, I'm begging you to try. Okay. Thank you, Mai. Are you ready? I just need a moment to prepare. What if we're wrong? What do you mean? What if the mask isn't the problem? What if we're making it worse? An old man told me that the mask didn't create the shadows, it opens. your visions to them. So are we doing the right thing? What if we're missing something? Are you losing your resolve? No, it's just Tanaka, the man who died. The one I was searching for. He always said, "What if isn't good enough for a detective?" I guess old habits die hard, and there's still so much I don't understand. Yeah, this is what I hate. They will keep on fucking with your mind. You keep on, blinding yourself with those what ifs. You made up your mind, you follow it, and you made a decision, you follow it. It's just that simple. I mean, I have fucked up a lot. I lost my fucking YouTube channel. I worked for over 7 years on that thing because of one stupid mistake. But guess what? I started a new one. I don't care if I don't have any more subscribers. I will keep on doing the things I value in my life. And keep on playing video games, and recording them like this is one of them. And you never will. It's a matter of fate, child. Okay, I'm ready. Emiko, please forgive me for letting you to those people and for what happened to you. I tried to save you. I pray you find peace. Grandma, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. As the ritual continued, I felt an overwhelming sadness, like something had been ripped out of me that I would never find again. At that moment, the whisper of the mask turned to desperate, bleeding screams. I closed my eyes and hugged myself like a child, feeling at that moment utterly engulfed in fear. Then there was silence. When I opened my eyes, the mask was split in two. I knew at that moment Kazuki was dead and had been all along. We all left the shrine in silence. I never returned. Nothing was quiet right after the day. Reina's presence was gone, but I started to feel other things. The shadows began to take on new fearful shapes. Tokyo began to change. Crime shot up, and the murder rate peaked at an all-time high that year. The police were so swamped with the wave of violence that they reinstated me as a homicide detective. The investigation into me was dropped entirely. I quit within 6 months, just didn't have so much for it anymore. And after what happened to Kazuki, I could never focus. What if the ritual was a mistake? What if everything that happened since is all my fault? Sometimes I wake up at night wondering if the world of the dark was the truth, and my life now is a dream, an after-image after being exposed to a bright flash. I don't go out much these days. I can't bear to face the real world. Tokyo Dark. This is one of the many endings of this game, I suppose. And this is obviously not the true ending, that's for sure. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done with this game. You guys can watch the other endings yourself on YouTube. That's it. I'm out.